Hello, this is Fake the Nation, where we talk about news, we talk about politics, and where we politely ask Pete Hegseth to shut the fuck up. I am your host, Negin Farsad, and I'm sorry to keep talking about him, but he's like doing war, and it's just hard to understand that he's the one really doing it. And he can't stop saying heinous stuff, so I'm going to take the bold position that he is as annoying as J.D. Vance. I'm staking that claim right here, right now. Today, we'll talk about how they're handling that war and how they're threatening the news outlets that cover that war. We'll also talk about friction maxing. What is it and does it help us as people in general? Is there something that we could learn from it? And finally, are you confusing love with the $50 SAT word limerence? It was a think piece, so together we shall think. And I am so excited by today's panel. Oh my God. They've both been on the show before. Now this first young lady is she's been on the show before. She's a comedian. I love seeing her work. She's coming out with her second album on April 30th. It's called Incurable Optimist, so you should be immediately downloading it wherever albums are downloaded. You can even come to New York City on April 30th for like a release party at the Whiskey Lounge in the East Village. It is the one and only, the very funny Katie Compa. Hey, Katie.
Hi, Negin. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God. Thanks so much for being here. And we're also joined, you know this guy, you love this guy. You know him maybe at best as the former editor of The Nation magazine. Now he is a special correspondent to The Nation magazine. He also, and this is I think one of the most exciting things about him, currently writes the Mamdani Beat column at The Nation. So he answers all of your Mamdani questions, of which there are many, especially from billionaires. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Didi Guttenplan.
Thank you for letting me come back.
Oh my God, I'm so excited that you're both here. We're beginning. So, quick shout out to PNT Studio in the Lower East Side for having us back. We're live to tape here.
This is so cool.
It's very cool. It's kind of like what I think the Jetsons, how they would have designed a podcast studio, is like this look. And before we get into the show, I just want to remind listeners that they can support the show by going to patreon.com/Negin Farsad, where for a mere $4 a month, you get bonus episodes of the show. For a mere $1 a month, you get literally nothing, just the knowledge that you're doing something and that you're helping your favorite show. So consider going to patreon.com/Negin Farsad. And now let's get into it with topic number one. Now, obviously, our phones are making us miserable. And I'm interested in the various ways that people are trying to combat that. A new trend that's out there is called friction maxing. Now, the idea is to improve our shot attention spans by rebuilding our tolerance towards inconvenience. So think instead of using your Google Maps, you look at a real map. Instead of asking ChatGPT, you call a friend and ask for advice. You know what I mean? So think of all of the ways that you've kind of put all of your convenient little things into technology. It's about unwinding that. Mm-hmm. Now, my question is, do you want to reintegrate inconvenience back into your life to save your brains?
Yes.
Yes,
Hard
you do.
yes.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there were a lot of things on that list. I think I've asked ChatGPT to do one thing, and it did a mediocre job. But I certainly do not think it is my friend, and I don't ask it for advice about anything because I like to have water to drink. So
yeah.
And it's wrong a lot of the time. I don't know. I just I'm
Katie
much more
subtly referring to the
bit
environmental hazards of having so many data centers and whatnot that process this information,
and also to the hazards of relying on ChatGPT or any AI to tell you anything that you might have to rely on, like whether this road continues through this mountain or is going to take you off a cliff.
Yeah, right.
I would say I can't answer a hard yes because I feel like I had 3 kids, so inconvenience never left my life. In an attempt to fill the gaping void, now that they are all grown up and happily sentient adults, I've adopted some other things that take time and it can be frustrating. I'm learning Tai Chi this year, and that is really slow, particularly if you have, as I have, the coordination of a drunken octopus. But it's rewarding.
I actually think that
they can hold their liquor.
I was gonna say, if we learn anything from my octopus teacher.
You mean my octopus girlfriend? That one? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you are reintegrating it through like physical movement.
Yeah, because physical movement, I mean, we're mostly on the radio, so people can't see how old I am, but it gets harder as you get older. So it takes a little bit of work, and I'm putting some work in so I can keep doing it. But, on the other hand, I don't think I would still have arrived here if I hadn't used City Mapper to get me here this morning.
No, I definitely, GPS is a hard exception to my hard guess. I used it 4 times coming from the subway. I know where this is. I still had to look around for it.
But I had this as we were walking here. I mean, I know how to get here, and I don't need a map. But, not to brag.
Whoa, aren't you special?
Wow, facial awareness.
But I do feel I was trying to picture, like, pulling out a map.
Oh, absolutely
I was picturing like a little book, and I had a little book that's like, do you know, did you ever like live in London the way I have?
For 25 years, and yes, I had an A to Z that lived in my car.
An A to Z, right? And I used to just carry a little pocket-size A to Z around.
Is it like, because one time when I was in England, I was in Manchester, and somebody snatched my phone out of my hand.
Yeah.
And then I had to go there. It was like a month-long trip, and I didn't have a smartphone for the whole thing.
So you were doing friction maxing.
It was early friction maxing, and it was awful because in Dublin they changed the street name every block. I'm sure it's the same in London.
Yeah.
And so I went around the same block like 5 different times, just like being like, wow, I have lost this skill, and I'm not getting it back. So I just need to get a new phone. So I got home, got a new phone.
Oh my God! But then what about all the other stuff? Were you annoyed in that month to not have?
I had to try T9 texting again.
Ooh.
Remember that?
Ooh. So you got like a shitty flip phone.
Yeah, I went and got a little shitty phone.
Okay.
So that I would not be like completely,
right. And so you were like, hi, tap, 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 tap.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
But it would be like, hi, potato,
Yeah. 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
I'm like, that's not what, you know what? Fine. Hi, potato. Yeah. See you then.
Now, the statistics that we read in one of these pieces, the average attention span on a screen has dropped from about 2.5 minutes in 2004 to 47 seconds in 2016.
That is so alarming.
By the way, that's 2016. That's not even 2026.
Right.
So
no, that's not a surprising
worse.
trend. I mean, I took over the nation in 2019, and one of the things that I had to keep telling people if they were writing for web, as I now do, is you've got to keep it under 1,500 words because nobody reads past 1,500 words. And of course, there's 1 or 2 exceptions to that everybody can cite. But, yes, attention spans are going down.
Trouble.
What's print?
I still get the New Yorker. There's a stack of them unread in my living room. I did not subscribe.
I'm sorry, Katie. You mean you still get the Nation, and there's a stack of Nations.
I didn't subscribe.
But those would be read.
Right?
Those would be read.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's the
I was going with the unread magazines.
Right.
I knew that.
So, Katie, you were talking about losing spatial awareness. That's one of the things that happens due to too much GPS use. You talked about social intelligence, like you're going to a friend instead.
My sister is pregnant right now, and she was talking to a friend of hers who's also pregnant, and the friend was talking about asking ChatGPT for pregnancy advice. And my sister, she goes, just what absolute friendless behavior. It's like, exactly.
Yeah,
like, that's
crazy.
Your friend? That's so sad.
Yeah. I know, it's also like a great excuse. First of all, if you're pregnant, you have literally every excuse in the book to call someone up. And be like, I'm pregnant. Talk to me.
I don't know. For me, it's really Google's forcing the AI results on me anyway. So I don't know.
Which I hate. I hate being offered the fake results before the real ones.
Yeah, I've turned it off on every platform that I've been able to do. I haven't been able to do it on this, but for the most part, I've made it impossible for them to give me those.
So, like, why it's good to friction max? Because I am like basically.
The
I think
name,
I've been
so stupid, by the way.
I know,
I
because
can't wait to be out of this maxing
like,
era.
oh God, let's stop using the word, please. But it also sounds a little bit like, did you like the Mexican handshake or the friction max? You know what I mean? It's like, am I in a porn also? You know what I mean?
Yes.
No, I'm not in a porn. I'm just using a map. Like, it's so stupid. But it apparently effortful learning keeps new neurons in the brain alive. Which, by the way, I feel this so hard. I mean, every time I have to learn something new because like of an app or whatever changes. We talked about technology caregiving last week. By the way, we talked about technology caregiving last week, which is like when you aren't like caregiving your parents, but you are the technology go-to.
Yeah.
Yes.
My younger son used to answer the phone in the house when I called him from the kitchen. He'd say, tech support. Luckily, he never charged me for those calls, but I did point out that I was providing room and board.
Yeah. Right, yeah, there it is, in kind. So that segment got more emails, I feel like, than any segment we've done in the last, 8 months or something. So many people, by the way, thank you. I complained about how at one point my computer deleted my MP3s that I had painstakingly downloaded during the era in which you did that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
LimeWire?
Yeah, but LimeWire, yes, LimeWire and all that stuff. But when you downloaded things, and a listener emailed me and gave me the exact instructions of how to actually retrieve them. They're God. Somewhere in this system.
Great.
I will share. But I started getting heart palpitations, I think because, according to the article, your neurons, effortful learning keeps the neurons in your brain alive. And the idea of going and finding the thing that he was talking about started making me feel nervous and like I was going to do effortful learning. And I was just like, oh God, not today, not right now. You know what I mean? But you feel it, right? Like when you're learning something.
Well, yeah. Can we just, for 1 second, stop and think about the words? Because effortful learning. Okay, so first of all, we used to call this a challenge, right? Are you taking on a challenge?
Right.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to use maxing for that.
Yeah.
And also, what is effortless learning? I know, I dreamt of it when I was in college. I thought, if only I could put the Iliad under my pillow, and it would flow in, but it just never worked.
Yeah, no, totally. What is the effortless? Well,
they're still trying. They're still researching.
Effortless learning is like just being a child.
Yeah.
Because when you see a kid learning, they're not like, ugh, it's not the same. Like for me to pick up Mandarin right now, it's it would really cause some pain. But my daughter just picks up other languages. She does, and it's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it becomes harder as you age, which is why it's good for you because it'll help keep us all fucking whatever cognitively
semi-functional.
Yeah, keep the neurons fresh. And then here's another thing they mentioned is that we end up liking things more when there's effort. And I do as someone who's played the piano, thank you. I can say that I remember sitting down to learn a new piece and just having that feeling of God, I don't feel like learning a new piece. But then when I got into it, and then I learned it. Mm-hmm. I had sort of mastered a piece, and we're talking Rachmaninoff is where I was. I mean, I was pretty good. I felt really fucking cool. I felt like I had really achieved something. So, I mean, that kind of tracks, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys still get that euphoria of having
Oh, totally.
Something?
The buzz from when I correctly do parting the horse's mane. It's fabulous.
That's a known Tai Chi move.
It's like the first one.
It's the one that's hand in the air.
That's the one I can claim to have mastered. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was called parting the horse's mane, but now that I can literally picture it. Okay. Guys, when Don's not on Fake the Nation or writing about Mamdani, he is parting the horse's mane. Any final thoughts on friction maxing? A plea to America to do it?
Yeah, in the last few days, I keep getting stuck behind people who are walking on their phones. Here goes one right now. And it's like being in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I am seized by the urge to just like shoulder check them and knock them down the stairs if they're on the stairs. Like, why are you on your phone on the stairs? You gotta be kidding me. So yeah, I would just like experience your commute. Yeah, sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's boring, but sometimes you get an idea. Like, I think it's writing our own material is definitely something that would,
for sure.
you know, like that's very satisfying to me.
Yeah. Done.
Here's an old phrase: "Be there then."
Yeah.
Also Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Is that like
Adjacent.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, I feel it's funny because I think I used to, you know, I like fondly remember like 2007, the subway. And like looking at people,
newspapers, books,
newspapers and books, and also like looking over someone's shoulder to see what they were reading. Like I loved doing that. Also, though, intrigue, making eye contact with a stranger,
and asking the stranger, "What's that you're reading?"
Yes, and by the way, there was a thing. It was what was it called? It was like Craigslist misconnections.
Yeah, of course.
And there was a misconnection that was my friend had a misconnection. She would read it every day, and one of them described her because there was a fleeting glance, and then I think I lost track of her, but I'm pretty sure she married that guy.
Oh wow! I had a friend who had a boyfriend from that.
See, some of them work and some of them don't, but they have a maybe better even rate of success than Tinder is what I'm gonna say. So you need to be out there staring at potential,
making creepy eye contact. Not with me,
real creepy,
but you can try it with other women.
No, but it's funny because I feel like I was the aggressor in a lot of these situations. But I did get like a phone. I got slipped a phone number. You know what I mean, on the subway. Felt very good about that. The same feeling I got from learning on Rachmaninoff piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Effortful gazing at people.
Yeah, for closing thought, I think I just keep finding myself on my computer holding my phone, which did not used to happen to me. That's like a fairly new development, and it is quite alarming, and I don't have any control over it. It's just like I'll realize it's happening after I've started doing it.
Yeah, because I think part of it is the integration of the phone into the apps that are on the, you know, like something will be on my notes app, but it's maybe not, and the and then I have to go to the, you know, so there's something that makes the phone necessary even when I don't want to have anything to do with it. And there is something about a laptop that is less miserable.
Yeah.
It is true because it feels like it's at work. I can get up and
I can it's in one place. I'm not taking it to the bathroom.
I'm not,
I stopped taking the phone to the bathroom too.
I'm not. That's really impressive.
Thanks for sharing that.
I had to put a sign on the door that says no phone zone.
That's amazing. No, because I do think that's like a really good, listeners, this is a really good way to start friction maxing is just don't take it to the bathroom. Because I think like 97% of Americans is a statistic I just made up. Definitely do that. You know what I mean? All right, folks, let's take a quick break. Hear from our sponsors, and then when we are back, we'll get into bleak shit.
Okay.